Today we're unboxing the Swiftpoint Z2. So it comes in an incredibly compact box, especially for everything that's actually in here. It comes with a lot of additional pieces, and the box itself is just super skinny. And inside you'll find your mouse with a long USB cable and all the additional pieces you're going to need. And it's very well cocooned in its cardboard container, which folds up around it, which is quite nice and looks like it would survive a lot of damage if need be. And then what you get in the box is a paper manual and also a smaller box with a bunch of accessories inside it. And then you've got the mouse itself. And overall, it doesn't look like much, but amazingly, once we kind of take all this apart, there's just tons of little pieces and it's very customizable. And we've got these bits for the bottom, which are magnetic, so we can snap them on or off. And these are going to allow us to have a different configuration when we actually put them on the mouse to what's already on it. So let's go ahead and move these teeny additional buttons out of the way. Now we're going to take a look at the mouse itself, and it is a very unusual looking mouse. And I'll also say it's a little bit ugly compared to other mouses, but it's not really a negative. Now this piece on the bottom is magnetic and we'll turn it into a joystick, which we're probably not going to dive deep into in this video, but literally because of that gyroscope, you can have it rock and you can fly planes or drive cars with the mouse. It's weird, but certainly it's cool. And this is the mouse itself. So on the bottom here, we've got a nice little peel, and we'll take that off. And it feels pretty good in the hand. It's kind of surprising because it doesn't look like it would be the most comfortable, but you've got your usual buttons on the front. You've got two additional buttons above that, then another two above them, and you've got four on the left-hand side. They're also joined by an OLED display as well. Oh yeah, I also did not mention yet, this mouse also has haptic feedback as well. So yeah, this thing has a lot of features and it's all about customization, making your own perfect mouse. You don't have to use all of the features, you just have to use what you like and customize it to be your perfect mouse. Now let's talk about the customization. So I think this is pretty much the main feature of this mouse is being able to customize it how you want. So you can do that both with software and hardware. So first up, we can customize the OLED screen as much as we want, either having a data set from the actual mouse itself. It could be like the DPI or force sensors, or you can just go for some fancy graphic that you can put in there. You've also got the ability to customize the buttons as well. So the four buttons on the very top of the mouse, these can be switched out for different versions, resulting in either lower profile and less chance of accidentally hitting them, or you can have the big profile ones to make it easier to hit, so that of course you can have this mouse customized with so many different inputs for your game. Or equally, I think this is great for doing production. You could have so many different macros and stuff connected up to this mouse for doing like video editing and things like that. It's basically just a mini keyboard in the shape of a mouse. You can also switch out the feet on this thing, which are two strips that you put in, and the default ones are made for tilt, so that you can actually tilt the mouse and you can program in inputs based on those gesture controls. So if you want, for example, you could have a reload setup and you can make it so the gesture has to be maybe quite significant so you can't accidentally do it, but you could reload by literally flicking your wrist. And these tilt feet can actually be positioned in different ways, so it's either a little bit of tilt or a bigger amount of tilt. However, if you're not up for this, don't worry, as it comes with the ability to customize to your heart's content. So you can just slap feet on that don't have this feature, and that way you've just got kind of a standard mouse with no tilt. Although you can still program on a tilt if you want to actually physically lift the mouse up off the ground. And then all of this is extremely customizable in the software. This here right now is the simple mode, where you can just customize all the buttons to your heart's content. And you do also have an expert mode as well. And you also have a bunch of course, profiles for different games and programs that you can use. Also, there's a very active modding community, so you can go download different profiles that people have made as well and plug them into this. So you can do just about anything you want. And again, it's all just about customization. You can go and use all the features or none of them if you want. And then generally, let's talk about conclusion on this mouse. So first of all, it's an unusual mouse. It is definitely going to take time and effort to get used to this. I've been playing around with it for about a week now, and it's sensational. It's very cool. But I know that I am not going to be able to use this to its full potential. However, I know plenty of people who will, and I think especially some of you guys will be incredibly good with this thing. And for me, honestly, I'm eyeing this up for production and gaming because I think it could do exceptional at both. And the profiles are great because they automatically switch based on the program you're in. So that's a nice feature as well. And I know there's probably people who want a wireless version of this mouse, and maybe it'll come someday. But for me, I still use a wired mouse every day, so this is not a downside. And it's a heavier mouse, but it's not super heavy. It looks heavier than it probably is. But of course, this thing's not like esports light. If you're into the really light esports mouse, this isn't going to be for you. But if you want something where you want to put like basically the keyboard's equivalent of buttons on it, then this thing's incredible. And the pressure sensitive buttons are also extremely interesting because having potentially two things set up for each click is definitely interesting. If you could master using that, I could imagine playing something like Tarkov, which has great customization for button inputs, and you could probably have like on the top buttons like light heals and heavy heals depending on how hard you press those buttons. So I think that's freaking sweet. And with Siege, where you've got like gadget play and all that, there's a lot of potential here to do things. So yeah, really freaking good mouse. And I'm not one who's usually keeping an eye on any kind of mouse technology out there, so I'm very happy to check this out, and the technology in it is just sweet. The software is excellent, and I'm always impressed with customization and ease of use, which honestly, this thing's great because it's a complicated mouse, but you can make it as simple as you want it to be. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think of this in the comments below. I'll leave a link to the mouse if you want to see more about it, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.